With the year 2024 done and dusted, Nigerians will be looking forward to what 2025 has in store for them. The past 366 days saw a change in our way of living, as many had to adjust to a new reality on the back of economic reforms by the government, which the people have said deepened the level of poverty in the country. However, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has constantly assured Nigerians that there is light at the end of the tunnel. Will the year 2025 finally be the year the citizens finally get to see the light the president referred to? Will it be a year we get to feel the renewed hope that was promised in 2023? Joining us on this show this morning in celebration of the year 2025 and what the expectations of Nigerians are is Pastor Godman Akinlabi, lead pastor of the Elevation Church. He's joined by Larry Olusola, chairman, Life Coaches Association of Nigeria. Gentlemen, welcome to the morning show.
Thank you very much, and Happy New Year to
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Thank you for having us.
Happy New Year to Nigerians.
Yeah. Happy New Year, Nigerians.
Well, this morning, we talked about the new year. Yeah. We talked about River State. We had Mr. Tonye Cole. We talked also about these tax reform bills and the back and forth between the North and the South. We talked about also what the president has said. Now, let's talk about us as Nigerians. Now, in the president's New Year message, he says, well, he's assuring Nigerians that the sacrifices that Nigerians have made in the last 19 months will not be in vain, and that the year 2025 will be a better year in which the renewed hope will be consolidated, the reforms will be consolidated, and we will enjoy more and have a better life. But he says we, the citizens, Nigerians, must also play our part. But I assume that as we enter the new year, Nigerians are, what is the president saying? How is he going to bring inflation down from 34.6% to 15%? So, gentlemen, what should Nigerians do? How do we cope? Suppose things go the other way and the president's promise does not fulfill our expectations. How do we, the people, cope? And how should we play our part? Let me start with you, Pastor, and then we'll come to you, Mr. Olusola.
Thank you, Dr. Abati. I think the average Nigerian, and by the way, Happy New Year, Nigerians. I believe that the average Nigerian must enter into this year with a dint of, a sense of possibilities, if I can put it that way. Just seeing possibilities. It's common knowledge that when hope is lost, all is lost. Yeah. And we're in a situation that the economy is not the way we want it to be. There's a lot of hardship. The one commodity that you have the right to keep to yourself is your sense of hope, of optimism, and of faith that things can turn around. The president came out and said all those things to help us build that sense of optimism and hope. It's done well. That's okay. Now it's left for us as individuals, whether personally we want to believe what the president has said, and beyond what the president has said. It's just the law of life, that when hope is lost, all is lost. So I'm saying to the average Nigerian, as you look into 2025, think about not just what you want to have, but who you want to become. Because who you are supersedes what you can do or what you can have. That's what determines everything. So see yourself as somebody that however it goes in Nigeria, you are just going to be okay, because you are adding value, you are making progress, and it starts from how you see yourself, your self-image, your self-talk, what you see about yourself and your future. So don't lose hope, don't lose your sense of vision, and then be careful about what you say in 2025.
Well, Pastor Akinlabi, he's a pastor. And the whole of Christian eschatology is based on preaching hope, telling the people that life will be better. Yeah. But Mr. Olusola, you are a life coach. So what are the coping mechanisms that Nigerians should begin to prepare for, whether things go well or things go all right?
Wow. You know, it is really interesting because when we talk about life, we try and separate the various elements that control our reality or our experiences. So you've separated him as a pastor. So you've annexed it and said that he's speaking spiritual language. And then you now come to me and say, okay, I'm a life coach, I should speak reality. But the truth of the matter is both cannot work without each other. We're spirit beings. We have a soul. We live in an earth suit. And we're situated in our atmosphere to influence, to impact it, and to make change happen. And so if you are living from your reality, you have already lost. If you are seeing things from what you can see with your physical eyes, you have already lost. And this is the reality of today. The reality of today is that many people are distracted by what they see with their physical eyes. Many people are disheartened. Many people have lost hope by virtue of what they see with their physical eyes. There is nothing that exists that does not exist in two universes: the intangible, invisible, and the physical realm. So whether it's in your imagination, or whether it's in your inner vision, or whether it's in your belief system, or whether it's in your emotional system, or your decision-making system, or your thinking, this is where you conceive and you create. So when we're talking about hope and faith, we're not only speaking from a spiritual perspective, we're speaking from the protocols of creation of anything. If I take this laptop, for example, right, and let's say that it's, manufactured by X. Mr. X conceived the concept first. He imagined it, he visualized it, he thought about it and what it would take to create it, and then he designed a protocol and a system to manufacture it. That's what we need to do as human beings, right? That's what we need to do as Nigerians. The problem with many of us is that we have left the process of creating good things. And we're using the same system to create negative experiences. So, what do Nigerians need to do now? We need to, first of all, like Pastor Godman says, own our identity and realize that we are Nigeria. There is no Nigeria without all of us. If we take all of us out of the system, there's no Nigeria. First, I am Nigeria. What is my purpose and what is my role? Who am I? And what am I? And what is my contribution to the development and the progress and the prosperity of Nigeria? Now, when I prosper, when I follow that process of imagining, visualizing, thinking through, and believing, and hoping, and expecting, and creating the right process, and I take action, I will surely achieve what it is that I set out to achieve.
Very beautifully said, very beautifully said. Now, I'm just going to, play devil's advocate in this moment and say, there's a quote that there's nothing more dangerous than a man who has nothing to lose. And unfortunately, we've gotten to a point where more and more of our people have literally gotten to a point where they have nothing to lose. So before one can conceptualize and, get into the right mindset and so forth, just a hungry stomach, an empty belly is enough to delete all inspiration and optimism and positivity. So given that, what are the practical steps that we can take to get ourselves to even be in the condition where we can start to see a better version of ourselves? Because, of course, when you look at the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, first you've got to eat. That's just first and foremost, right? So as we get into the new year, we want Nigerians to get to this place where we can all visualize the best version of ourselves. But practically speaking, if I'm hungry, what are some of the opportunities, or what do I need to do in my environment to try and move myself forward?
Thank you. I'll say that if you are not able to engage your power of imagination to see beyond where you are, to see beyond your environment and insist that my environment is not going to condition me, I have the power to condition my environment, to change things around me. So it starts with the power of vision. I don't have food today, I don't have anything. But if I can see that this evening, this afternoon can be better. Yeah, it's first of all seeing it. And then when you see it, ideas start to come to you. You cannot get to a place you have not been inside. Yeah, everything starts from your inside. I mean, even if you say you're a religious person, you pray, like I do, the effect of prayer is to change your internal vision, the sense of who you are, or the sense of your possibilities. After you have prayed, you know, frustrating prayer is a prayer that you prayed and nothing inside you has changed. When you have prayed, one of the things that should happen first is that a new picture, a new mental disposition must start to show up, because that's what creates the opportunities. There's a place you can be that you won't see opportunities will not see you. But if you are seeing something new, you are working on your mind and your power of imagination, then you start to see opportunities. The environment may be, terrible. It may look like everything has dried up. But the truth is that if you can just allow your eyes to see beyond the natural, you're going to see a lot more. And that's why this country is still the way we are, in the sense that a lot is not in place, but people are thriving. Yeah, those people are people who have, distinguished themselves by seeing the opportunities to add value in the midst of chaos. You call it chaos. Somebody sees an opportunity to say, in the midst of this chaos, that I potential some value. There's value that I can add. I can change this. I can move this from here to here. I can help that person. I can help somebody conceptualize something. Some skills are not tangible. Yeah, I can help you think through your process. I can help you do this, and that's what brings the value. And when you offer value, you will get value in return. In the midst of war, in places where there is war now, in Ukraine, in other places, people are getting married, people are making money. So if in the midst of chaos, real chaos, and armed conflict, life still continues. Now, in the place like our nation, where we have skirmishes of chaos, but we are not in total anarchy, then life must continue.
And if I may build on what he has said, you ask for practical ways, right? What you behold, you become. What you cannot see, you cannot manifest. So, in the midst of chaos, there are opportunities. And chaos is problems, is difficulty, is challenges. And those chaos, difficulty, challenges, and problems, they need solutions. So, if you look around you and you ask yourself, what are the problems that I see? And what are the solutions I can provide? That is where we start. A lot of people are looking at what big people are doing, and they want to become those big people overnight. And this is where, it is irresponsible faith. When you haven't even seen problems within your space and seen yourself, he talked about identity, and you've seen yourself as the solution to the problem. So I walk every morning, I live in Lekki, and I see people selling food, people selling pure water. Check this out. Flask, cooler, they make some make 50K a day, some make 100K a day, just food. And who are they selling to? People that are walking the streets. That's a solution right there. 50K, 100K a day. Let's multiply that, 365 days a year. Let's even bring it back home, 30 days a month, 100K. How much is that? 3 million naira. Pure water, sachet. They load it on the truck. They don't own the truck, they rent the truck. They drop it at everybody's doorstep and the people that sell it. So the problem is not the problem. The way we see the problem is the problem. And how we're able to position ourselves as solutions is the key. So every Nigerian needs to sit back because we have an entrepreneurial spirit. Every Nigerian needs to sit down and ask themselves, what solution can I become? What problem can I solve? What pain can I take away? Who has a problem that I'm a solution to? And begin to meditate on that, begin to think through that, begin to strategize through that, begin to focus on that. That is what will give you tangible hope and faith. Because you are working towards something that is practical, you are working towards something that is real, and you are working towards something that you have control over. And it's not everything that you need money to start. There are many, many solutions that are intangible. There are many skills that you can provide. You ask yourself, why are the Indians coming? Why are the Chinese people coming? Why are the Westerners coming to a place where seemingly there's chaos and disorder? It's because they realize that the greatest opportunities are found in places where there are greatest chaos.
This conversation. Pastor, you are talking about imagination. People should imagine things. They should see visions. Look, Nigerians don't have a problem at that level. Most of those people you see out there, when they sleep, they imagine that they were eating in their dreams. So, that's imagination. They dream because they want to have food. They dream that they are working. So when they hear in the morning that somebody is distributing rice somewhere, they say they've seen it in their dreams. Maybe that's why they go there and a stampede will happen because they want to hold on to that dream. But one of your colleagues, Pastor Femi Emmanuel, he says that no, it's because Nigerians are very greedy. That is why we have problem of hunger in the country. So I would like you to address that. And then Mr. Olusola, well, this thing about the people should dream, they should envision, and all of that. Well, the average Nigerian is saying, we don't have problems with dreaming. We want jobs. We want potable water. We want good infrastructure. What should be the role of government? President Tinubu has said states and local councils should work with the central government, and that at the center is going to focus on food security and address the problem of hunger and all of that. Yeah, that's President Tinubu. But what, in your opinion, do you think that government should do? Because government is there. The Constitution says it is the duty of government to secure the people and to address their welfare. As for imagination, I don't think we have imagination. Though. If I have my way, I'm imagining that I would like to buy a private jet. So, Pastor, one of your colleagues says we are greedy. Maybe he will say Abati wants to ride a private jet. That's greed. So it's not about imagination at all.
Thank you, Dr. Abati. Well, when we talk about greed, we have to draw the line between inordinate ambition and the right of every human being to aspire, to just aspire to something better, aspire to a better life. And there's just a thin line between that and quite inordinate ambition that can...
Imagination, to even eat food. Food.
Yes.
Rice.
Yes.
That many Nigerians cannot eat.
That's the reality right now. But to say that Nigerians are greedy, I think I would want to say it differently. I disagree to some extent. I'll say that Nigerians are very aspirational and they are driven. And that's why they go out for their daily bread. So we should not berate them for being that aspirational, for wanting to live. The only issue where it may be misconstrued as greed is when we are disorderly. And that is very strong in our culture. The culture of order is always not there. We want to get things done, to get people to queue for anything or to wait in traffic. And order is very key to progress. Wherever there's chaos, everything will slow down. And that's why we're having all the stampede and all, both in the side of the organizers of some of these things and the side of the people who have come to receive. We have to institute order. But that people go out to get something for themselves, I don't think it's because they are greedy. Some may be, but not everybody. Some people just want to survive. And like you said, we're telling them to imagine a better life and all. Their better life can only happen if they are alive. And that's why they have to go for food first. At the lowest level, they must eat. And thank God for everybody who has been a part of that value chain of philanthropy and all that, just giving out. And I'm encouraging Nigerians, let's do more in the new year. And I'm also saying to everyone who has a need right now, please don't, because of your need, override the need of other people or stand in the way of other people. Let's be orderly with the way we do our things. Let's build a culture of order. Let's build a culture that can bring progress for all of us. The only way we can go out of this economy of giving out and bailout is for all of us to be orderly. Let me just add this last one to it. And I know you didn't ask the question, but I just want to add it to it. There are certain economies like Yahoo economy and all that. Those are some of the things that make people feel that Nigerians are greedy. When people want a shortcut, in life, they are pushed to do almost anything to get to the vision that they have casted for themselves. All I'm saying is that it has been proven that this does not bring a lasting solution. It can be a fleeting time of enjoyment, you make little money, and I'm speaking to our young people right now. Deal with greed. Don't be tempted to take the shortcut in life. In 2025, add value. Don't, things like kidnapping, Yahoo, they are the very shortcut to making money. And it's thriving now. And when you look at Nigerians, together like that, you would think that we're greedy because some people are kidnapping, some people are, stealing, some people are doing Yahoo. Not all of us are like that. So Nigerians are not greedy. We're very aspirational, and we just need the right culture, and things will be better.
Okay, Mr. Olusola, the duty of government is to secure the people, provide for their welfare. Should government also keep that at the level of imagination and promises?
Oh, no, of course not. Government has to do its role. They have to play their role, which is to provide security, infrastructure, and stability, and a system where people can thrive. But it's not just government's job, honestly. The president already sent the signal that government will do its part, but the people have to do their part. So the government will build a social system, but traditionally, we have built our own social systems. And our social systems, because of the hardships, is failing. We must go back to that original system. Churches must build a social system. Organizations must build their social system. Families must build their social systems. Communities must build their social systems. And this is where, we realize that Nigerians are very generous. We would like to appeal to the generosity of Nigerians. Now, a man that is hungry will be thinking about his hunger. And that's what you are speaking to. How can he now imagine? In fact, when he's hungry, he will be imagining in his sleep that he's eating. That's what you are speaking to, and is a reality. So, how do we address that? So, I need to set up my own social security system that is beyond just my family. Yeah. And I extend it and say, this is my own goal for 2025. I am going to help 1,000 people every month. And not just give them food. I am going to teach them how to fish. And this is where there's a disconnect. For the people that give, they are not following up with changing the mindset, because poverty is a mindset. Lack in manifest form is a mindset. So let us give fish. Let us create our social systems, but let us empower the people such that we create a system where the people that we have given fish, the people that we have taught how to fish, we also get them to also pay it forward. so that they also begin to give fish and they also begin to teach people to fish. And if collectively we do this, we'll be rebuilding the system.
Well, I know a lot of people might feel I provide my own electricity, my own water, my own security, my own. So it's a big ask to now say that I should now train. Probably most families are already training the extended families now. So it's expected that at this point people are turning to government and saying, we want to see the results. We want to see the results. But thank you so much for your encouraging words and motivating optimism. Dr. Abati, what are we imagining as we go to, he's imagining a private jet. Let me decide, maybe I'm imagining a yacht. Thank you so much. This has been a great conversation. My producer says he's imagining 20 billion. Wow.